Well, if you're done talking about your White
I
Sox,
am. This is a transition.
yeah,
Go right
thank you,
ahead.
thank you. I didn't want to just bulldoze over your fucking Sox. So
No, I got everything. I told you, I got everything well outlined here tonight.
nice, nice. Yeah, you're not drinking. This is a whole new you. This is impressive.
Fuck off.
Just a few more things I want to talk about with the Tigers in that. They are, I mentioned before, they have not lost a series in 3 weeks, which includes a series against the Cardinals, against the Houston Astros, against your White Sox. They just won the series in Texas. Not that Texas is necessarily a juggernaut by any means, but it's good. It's an impressive for a young up and coming team for the Tigers to win a series on the road, and that's what they've been doing. The funny thing I heard today on Detroit Sports Talk Radio is they're starting to count. We are 8.5 games out of the wild card race right now, so we're on wild card watch now in Detroit, which I thought was a little bit ludicrous, a little bit optimistic. Especially considering pitchers like Casey Mize are not going to have their innings limited, which actually happened on Saturday against the White Sox. Mize only pitched 3 innings by design, and I was a little concerned. And you actually sent me a text or like, well, is anything wrong with Mize? And fortunately, the Tigers broadcast mentioned it immediately that was by design. They're just literally limiting his innings as he gets closer to 100 now. As it came out, I didn't realize this. He only pitched 28 innings last year, the entire year with how fucked up 2020 was. So
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's tough for all of the young pitchers, tough for everybody, but tough for certainly pitchers that didn't see much of the major leagues last year. So they are going to be limiting his innings so they can stay up the whole year and be available at least into September. So I don't think he had another start this week where he went 4 innings, but that's because he was only like 50 pitches at that point. So they're going to severely curtail his pitch count and innings overall for the next couple months, which is a bummer. As Mize had strung together a lot of quality starts in a row, and it was an impressive run for a couple months, basically worth of starts. I thought a similar thing would happen to Tarik Skubal the next day on Sunday, I believe, against your White Sox. They didn't limit his innings, and I figured out why. He's only in, I think he just crested the 80 innings mark. He's quite a bit behind Casey Mize. So, but I think a similar thing is going to happen with Skubal. Once he gets close to 100, they're going to start, just letting him go out for 3 or at most 4 innings at a time, which is a little disconcerting. As the Tigers are they're learning how to win right now, so it's fun to watch their young pitching and watch them to come together as a team like that and scratch out wins any way they can. And they're kind of going to be doing it with one hand tied behind their back if they're limiting their young starters this way. But it's that's why it's ludicrous that people are bringing up the 8.5 games out of the wild card race, because that's not on the agenda for the 2021 Detroit Tigers. Getting those guys positive experiences, a lot of building up their innings. That's what it's all about. It would be awesome if they continue to win, but it's gonna be tough for them to continue this nice pace that they are on. As you pointed out last week, I think last week they were 40. No, they were like 7 or 8 games over 500 in their
last 48.
Yeah.
7 games over in their last 48.
They've continued that. So it's cool. Like I pointed out last week, they've had 2 consecutive winning months for the first time since 2016. That's all fun. It's cool. I don't expect it to continue. And for another reason that you pointed out earlier is that they are going to be on the seller's side of the trade market, which is, it's a prudent move. They need to capitalize on, any assets they can get from assets they will be losing after this year, such as Jonathan Schoop, who has had an incredible 2 months, one of the best batters in the majors over that span. His batting average is close to 350, which is just insane, which is just perfect if they could, one of my favorite players, but if they could move him and get some young prospects or some commodity out of this, that's what they need to be focused on, building for 2022 and beyond. So I'm sure they'll be probably trading some pieces out of the bullpen. Gregory Soto is probably not one to be traded, I don't think, even though he's an all-star, though the Tigers representative at the all-star game this year. I think they have him under control for quite some time, so I don't think he'd be a candidate. But Cisnero might be somebody that would be going. It's hard to say after that. I'm not real bullish on what they can get for any of these rental players at the deadline, just because we haven't seen Al Avila be able to pull off any major surprising trades that get you back returns that you were not expecting. In fact, it's been pretty depressing what he's gotten back at the trade deadline over the last 5 years. So it's hard to say, but